Yo, what's up? How you doing? Good? I hope amazing. All right. Firing up the old news today, as usual. Lots of politics and a lack of fun. But we'll dig deeper as the morning goes along. Still kind of waking up here. I'm sure we'll find something fun to talk about on the show today. But the first thing I read was, I should probably not even be at work. It's National Relaxation Day. There we go. We'll do a typical morning show break. Today's holidays, National Relaxation Day. And the way that you celebrate that is stay home. That doesn't seem to be being encouraged by this article here, but I'm encouraging you, if you can get away with it, don't go to work. Just stay home and relax. Or you could take a trip to one of the top 10 most relaxed cities, where all you do is kick back all the time. Apparently, the most relaxed city is Newton, Massachusetts. All right. They base all this on a whole bunch of different factors here to determine which place is the most relaxing. Things like mental well-being, mental health boosters, physical well-being, financial well-being, work stressors, environmental stressors, social stressors, and recreation options. Apparently in Newton, people are making a lot of money because they're number 4 in the country for financial well-being. Looking at all their other stats, I mean, it doesn't look that great. Just looks like everybody there, rolling in the dough. Or maybe it's a low cost of living. I doubt it. Have I been through Newton? It's hard to remember what places I drove through when I was hanging out with my lady over on the East Coast. Came close to Newton. Maybe we did drive past it. Maybe so, because it's right outside of Boston. I'm guessing a very wealthy area right outside of Boston. People rolling in the cash. Other relaxed places, tons of cities in California. As you'd expect, the weather is like perfect year-round. That's going to relax and ease any kind of mental health stuff if you're not dealing with horrific snow or scorching hot temperatures. If it's like 70 year-round, it's got to be pretty good for the mind. And then you got Naperville, Illinois popping in there. It's another place with very good financial well-being. One thing I'm noticing about the few Midwest cities on here, Naperville, Illinois, Carmel, Indiana, good financial well-being. So either people are rich or the cost of living makes it, so you can get by pretty easily. I don't know. Something about Indiana just doesn't sound great to me. Maybe it's because I've watched too many YouTube videos about Gary, Indiana, which is supposed to be like the worst city in America. I don't know. This does make me want to kind of take a vacation. And, California is probably pretty hot right now. Well, maybe depending on where you go, but I would assume there are miserable areas where it's just scorching right now. Perhaps not in Sunnyvale, though. That town does have a name that sounds just chipper, doesn't it? Sunnyvale. I don't know. It's better than Gary. I mean, I had a good friend named Gary. But for a name for a town, Gary, it just doesn't scream quite the same level of enjoyment as Sunnyvale. All right, now I got to find out where Sunnyvale is. Let's pass judgment on Sunnyvale. Peaches isn't here, so I can't ask his opinion. All right, Sunnyvale. Oh, that's Northern California. Gonna buy, looks like a suburb of San Jose. Rich people. Yeah? They say money doesn't buy happiness. Well, according to this list, based on what I'm seeing, it has a pretty big influence on it. Oh, man. I could use a vacation. No summer vacation for me. Haven't gone anywhere. I haven't even gone to like Salt Lake or Boise. I got a new baby kitten at my house. Can't really leave town. All right, be back in a minute. I'll find something better to talk about than this typical radio drivel. Hang on. K-Bear, what's up?
Hey, it's Mark.
Mark, what's happening, man?
I used to live in Sunnyvale.
Yeah? Is it pretty nice?
Yeah, it's not that cheery, really.
It's not that cheery?
It's not that cheery.
Well, how about relaxing?
Yeah. I mean, it was nice because I could go up to the top of the mountain and not have to drive. I'd ride a mountain bike, and you could it's on the peninsula.
Sounds pretty relaxing, potentially.
Relaxing, yeah.
Yeah. Is it...
definitely relaxing.
You got a lot of traffic there?
Not as much as down further. Mountain View, closer to 101.
All right. Well...
But, yeah, they're up near 280.
Okay.
Which is more, the ritzy type. But you got everybody living there, so...
Yeah, looking at the map, you are pretty close to a lot of outdoors. Looks like a pretty good spot, really. Like you said, near the water, but also the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I lived in Mountain View and Sunnyvale, and they're both very nice towns.
All right, man.
They have a large farmer's market downtown Mountain View, and all the Sunnyvales come down there.
Well, and I would imagine based on the location, probably pretty decent weather most of the year, because you're not right on the coast. You're a little bit inland, which in that area of the country, some of the coastal areas can be a little bit toasty, a little bit cool. Like if you get to the Oregon coast, generally you're looking at like 50s and 60s year round, but looks like that spot, not too bad. Looks pretty nice.
I like it here better, though.
Yeah? What makes you like here better than Sunnyvale?
Well, it's just less crowded.
Less crowded. Yeah, that makes sense. I do got to say,
number one reason.
I enjoy being able to get anywhere I need to go in about 10 minutes, and compared to driving in big city traffic, it ain't too shabby around here.
It's awesome here.
Yeah, not too bad, that's for sure. So, well, Mark.
All right, well, you have a great day.
You too, man. Good to hear from you.
Relaxing day.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm working on it too.
Right on. Hope it goes good, man.
All right.
Peace, Mark. See ya. What's up? It's Victor Wilt. And if you're not able to, head to Sunnyvale or whatever to celebrate National Relaxation Day, you could always just watch a movie. And I stumbled across a list of the essential movies of the 2020s so far. The 30 best movies. And I was like, I wonder how many of these I've seen. Most of these I've never even heard of. So my lady and I, we got this list where we keep movies we want to watch noted. So when we're sitting around going, okay, what are we going to watch? We can look at the list. Looks like I got a bunch of stuff to put on the list. Because again, I haven't heard of a lot of these. And the first one on the list, the image on the trailer, the, just still image that you get for the YouTube trailer already has me intrigued. I know nothing about this movie. It's called Triangle of Sadness, but it has some woman apparently vomiting up some type of glitter or fireworks. I don't know what's going on there, but that's the type of image that I see and I go, I got to see that movie. If you've got vomit in your promotional image, especially if it's gold-colored firework glitter vomit, I got to check it out. Triangle of Sadness. Haven't heard of it, nor have I heard of The People's Joker. I don't know what this has to do with Batman or anything like that. Oh, it says it's got Bob Odenkirk, Saul Goodman himself. He's generally good. Haven't even heard of it. The People's Joker. Nor have I heard of this action flick. RRR. Triple R. I don't know. Never even seen this. Well, I mean, obviously I haven't seen the movie, but haven't seen a trailer, haven't seen anything about it. One of the best movies of the 2020s? All right, here's one I've heard of and seen, Oppenheimer. It is a good movie. I enjoyed it. I see why it was, so award-winning and such. It was a very well-crafted film. Very nice. Now we'll get back to a bunch of movies I've never heard of. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. River. Now, River is such a generic title that maybe I heard of it and it just didn't stick out. Looks like it's a Japanese movie. Gonna have to put it on the list. Robot Dreams. Some type of an animated movie. Never heard of it. It's available on Apple TV. That's probably why I haven't heard of it. Don't have Apple TV. Beau is Afraid. From the legend, Ari Aster, who directed Hereditary and Midsommar. I have heard of this movie. It's on the list. But, let's see, you can stream it on Paramount Plus now? Might have to fire that account back up. Gotta watch that. I mean, Ari Aster is great, and that is one I have heard of. Everything Everywhere All at Once I have seen. It's a fantastic movie. If you haven't checked Everything Everywhere All at Once out, highly recommend it. I've watched it multiple times. It's really good. Candyman 2021. Watched that, and it was actually really good. Generally, horror remakes in general, not really up to par with, the originals, but the newer Candyman was pretty good. Da Five Bloods. Never heard of it. Drive My Car, same thing. My Octopus Teacher, never heard of that. Nor Nimona. Okay, Godzilla -1. It's on the list. Haven't checked it out, but I've heard, just rave reviews for this movie. And normally I would not be interested in a Godzilla movie. I don't know why. But this one's on the list simply because I've heard so many people just rave about how good it is. Gonna have to check that one out. We got Challengers, never heard of it. Problemista. The Barbie movie, I liked the Barbie movie. I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. Thought it was well put together. It's just a fun movie. If you haven't checked it out, I would recommend that. More movies that I haven't heard of. Decision to Leave. Hundreds of Beavers. This list just goes on and on. The Wonka movie, supposed to be one of the best movies of the 2020s. I wouldn't have guessed that. I didn't have much desire to see it, but if it's one of the best, maybe I got to check out Wonka. Have seen Nope, and I thought that was a pretty fun movie. The Zone of Interest. That movie was really good. And The Zone of Interest is a weird one because it's about this, this guy who works. It's a movie about World War II and the Nazis. And it's a very strange movie because you got this guy who's living with his family outside of Auschwitz. And he's one of the, Nazi commanders. And it's very strange because it's got his, normal family life while there's all this horrific stuff happening just right next door. It was pretty disturbing. And, the main characters in this movie are so hateable. Really good and worth a watch, though. Haven't heard of All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, nor have I heard of If Anything Happens, I Love You, or The Worst Person in the World, or Past Lives. Have I heard of Sisu? I don't know. My Father's Dragon. I'm just going to bookmark the list. Because they seem to be pretty well raved about. So, yeah, National Relaxation Day. Kick back and watch a good movie. Maybe I'll go share this list in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal group. Ask you folks how many of these movies you've seen. And if you would agree that they're the best movies of the 2020s, also look for your suggestions. You know what would not be relaxing? Trying to start your day and finding any kind of critter in the toilet. This is an Australia thing. Shouldn't happen in America. But if there's one place it's going to happen, of course it's Florida. Wasn't a snake, it was an iguana. And it was found by ESPN's, what's his name here? Jeff Darlington. Boy, is that a great news guy name. I'm Jeff Darlington for ESPN. Got an iguana in my toilet. Yeah. Florida, home to a bunch of invasive species. You got like snakes. And of course, the iguana. When it gets cold out, they'll just fall out of trees and clock you in the head, give you a concussion, or hang out in the toilet. This guy had been having toilet problems. It just wasn't flushing right, apparently, for days. Then all of a sudden, he's trying to get started for the day and sees the little iguana head sticking up over the rim of the toilet seat. And then it tried to go back down into the pipe. This guy grabbed it by the tail and pulled it out. As someone who is a wuss when it comes to lizards and snakes and any creatures that are not kittens or puppies, I don't know what I'd do if I saw an iguana in my toilet. I mean, if I see a spider in the sink or the toilet, I try to wash them down the drain. I don't even want to get the, Kleenex out and squish them or anything like that to get rid of them. I'm like, down the drain you go. Just wasting water. Iguana. I'd be calling animal control. They're like, dude, just deal with it. You want us to come out and get... It's not like it was a full size, 2 foot long. It was small from... Well, I don't know. That could have been a stock image. Could have been. I will never live in Florida. Again, a spider in the toilet has me concerned. That does not sound cute. I don't like the sound of that. So iguana in the toilet, pretty much nightmare fuel for this guy. Hey, we're giving away free stuff, so you might as well try to win it. Nothing beats free. How about free tickets to the Eastern Idaho State Fair grandstand events? Yeah, they get you into the fair as well. We got piles of grandstand event tickets up for grabs. All you've got to do to sign up to win is fire up the K-Bear, Alt, or Cannonball apps and get yourself entered to win. Be drawing some winners very soon. Also, going to be signing people up to win Eastern Idaho State Fair grandstand event tickets at the farmers market on Saturday. So we'll be hanging out from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Stop by the Riverbend Media Group booth. Get yourself entered there to win. Up your odds by entering in the apps as well. And maybe you and the fam can go to the fair and check out a grandstand event for free. Aside from that, we are still also signing people up to win tickets to the Crazy Figure 8 race going down tomorrow at the Rexburg, Madison County Fairgrounds in Rexburg. Figure 8 race family passes, get 4 of you in. Might as well try to win those too. Nothing beats getting out, having a good time with the fam, and it being free. And speaking of free stuff to do with the fam, tonight we have the Live United concert series at the waterfront at Snake River Landing, 6 to 9 p.m. with our friends 2 a.m. Logic, rocking the waterfront. Going to be a lot of fun. You can also, while you're there, make cards to brighten the days of those in hospice care and those receiving Meals on Wheels. So do something nice, see a great live rock band, 2 a.m. Logic, and that is all free as well. Tonight at the waterfront, Snake River Landing in Idaho Falls, 6 to 9 p.m. Free, free, free. And we've got plenty of other free stuff coming up that I can't wait to tell you about. Big giveaway we'll be announcing on Saturday, so stay tuned for information on that. All right, there you go. Enjoy your chance at winning free stuff or seeing free live music tonight. You're welcome for all the free. Oh, the woes. The woes of those making $250,000 a year. There's a couple that are pretty much infuriating people online because they're boo-hooing about how they make $250,000 a year and cannot afford to buy a house in Portland, Oregon. I don't buy it. I'm guessing if you make $250,000 a year, there is a house you can buy in Portland, Oregon. Now, Portland, it's not a cheap place to buy a house by any means. According to this article about this family, Portland, the number 15 most expensive place to buy a home in America, which that also sounds kind of weird to me. Maybe that's talking specific metropolitan areas. But I also haven't done any house shopping in Portland that I recall. So maybe I'm way off. Maybe housing is really expensive. But I figured we'd take a quick look at this because I know people are struggling when it comes to housing. Things have gotten to be very expensive around here, as a matter of fact. Now, this family is currently renting an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, okay? Their take-home pay is about $11,000 a month. This article notes that people like Dave Ramsey say you shouldn't spend more than 28% of your income on housing. Now, I'm guessing that that's just going to have to change because though we'd all like to hope and dream that all of a sudden housing comes way down in price, I don't know if that's going to happen. Nobody knows if that's going to happen. A lot of people out there predicting, the housing market's going to crash, everything's going to be cheap again. Well, it hasn't happened yet, okay? So you don't know. You don't know if that's ever going to happen. So, okay, this family takes home $11,000 a month. Let me bust out the calculator here. We're going to play the math game. All right, so $11,000, and that's take-home pay. I believe that the 28% is of your gross pay, but whatever. We'll go with their take-home pay. $11,000 times 0.28. So spend about $3,000 a month. All right, let's see. Let's go to Zillow and let's go Portland, Oregon. And let's see here. They wanted a 2-bedroom. So we'll just go 2-bedroom, any bath. Okay, immediately, one of the first houses that pops up. Geez, compared to our prices around here, this ain't bad. I mean, a 4-bed, 2-bath, $324,000. That's not bad at all. What is this in like a horrible area of town? Is it run down? Let me look at some pictures here. They do have bars on the windows and the doors. So that's not a great sign as far as the neighborhood goes. But you know what? If you really want to buy a home, can't be picky. And yeah, this is a definite fixer-upper. All right? This is a definite fixer-upper. But again, these folks can spend about $3,000 a month. So, you know, that one right there is well within their budget. Okay, let's see. How much house can I afford? Let's do it this way. All right. If they make $250,000 a year, I'm just using the mortgage loan calculator at Google. So let's say they're making $250,000 a year, monthly debts, car loans, credit cards. Let's kick it up and say they make, I don't know. We'll go crazy. We'll say they're spending $1,000 on car payments and credit card payments each month. All right, down payment, I don't know, it defaults to $60,000. Sure, let's leave it there. Interest rates are around, I think, 6.5% right now. And we'll say they got a good credit score. We're going to change the state to Oregon. Okay, Google says they could afford an $830,000 home. Let's kick it down a notch and let's go cheaper. Can we find anything for them? A 2-bedroom house in Portland for like $600,000. These people are making $250,000 a year. It's a good chunk of change. All right, here's a 2-bed, 2-bath for $500,000. Let's check out this dump in Portland. Okay, it's got a unit number, so this might be a condo. Yeah, it's condo. All right, they're living in an apartment. They want a house. Okay, here's one $524,000. Let's check out this dump that they can't afford. The place is great, obviously. Well, we haven't found our dream home that we can afford in the price range. You know what? Listen, you're not going to get sympathy out of people when you're making $250,000 a year whining about how you can't buy a house. Don't get in the news and do that, because look at this. I'm scrolling through tons of houses in Portland. Here's one that looks like a tree house. So the top of their budget, it's $799,000, but it's on 2 acres. And again, it looks like a tree house. The place is amazing. And according to Google, that's within their budget, especially if they had a bunch of money to put down. Look at this place. All right. My sympathy for these people is all but gone. They're being too picky, okay? If you really want a house and you make $250,000 a year, you can absolutely buy one in Portland that is very, very nice. I mean, these houses that are $500,000-$600,000, these are really nice houses, at least as far as I'm concerned. Maybe I have, low standards, but holy cow. I mean, I tell you what, if I had $250,000 of income a year, $250,000 in income each year, I could find a house probably just about anywhere that would be satisfactory to me. Probably. Anyway, these are the type of stories that make people get upset toward those who think that $250,000 a year is like average middle class. I think some people are very out of touch with what most people make. $250,000 a year is a good chunk of change. Can you imagine making $250,000 a year? Holy cow, man, would I have fun. Even if that was combined wages in a household, $250,000, you're living good. Unless you don't know what you're doing with your money, all right? Maybe you can't live in, San Diego on those kind of wages, but Portland, absolutely, based on what did I do, about 5 minutes of research here? Get over it, people. So earlier I mentioned we've got the Live United concert series going down tonight at the waterfront in Idaho Falls. You can go check out 2 a.m. Logic Live with the fam, do some nice things for the community while you're there. If you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, I would definitely recommend getting out and checking out this music festival that's going to be happening out at Aspen Grove Inn near the Heisey Bridge in Ryrie. It's going down tomorrow and Saturday. The South Fork Music Fest. It's the first year it's open to the public. Last couple years, they just kind of started doing this thing as a group of friends and families of the musicians performing, but they're like, hey, let's make this a real deal. So they've got 2 different stages, 20 bands performing. Some of my favorite local bands are going to be there. Lots of great people. And you want to talk about a good deal. $20 to go check out the festival for the entire weekend per person. 18 years and younger are free. So you can go to their website to get the full scoop, southforkfest.com. You got some great people throwing this thing together. It's out there near Heisey, so you could just go camp out, bring along some lawn chairs, and it's nice and shady out there. Plus the weather's looking like perfect for this weekend. And again, some of my favorite local bands are performing. So I actually should hit up some of these guys since they'll be driving by. Maybe some folks I haven't seen for a while could meet up and say hello. I'm going to do my best to get out and check it out because it looks like a lot of fun. The South Fork Music Fest, it's going down tomorrow and Saturday. All local music. Get out and support our local music scene. It'll be excellent. Again, southforkfest.com. Lots of different genres of music as well. It's not just one type of thing. There's going to be something for everybody. And you know how much I love our local music scene. You should definitely go check it out. So, southforkfest.com. Highly recommend. If you're looking for something to do this weekend with the weather looking perfect, you go check this out. It's good to know my phone listens to my radio show. Ever since I talked about train rides like a week ago, I'm getting all kinds of articles. Check it out. How about this train ride? You want to go on a train ride, bro? Come on, get on the train. Yeah, best scenic train rides in the U.S. And a lot of these do look amazing, but they're just way out of my budget. Like, this one, I would imagine, would be really cool. A 5-day trip from Salt Lake through the mountains, through Yellowstone National Park. I bet it's awesome. Starting price, over $1,000 per person. I mean, it is a 5-day trip. I don't know if that includes lodging. If it includes hotels, it might not be too bad, but still, I had the listeners call and tell me about the affordable train rides that sounded pretty cool in Colorado. But looking through this list here, there's a bunch of really cool ones. You could take train rides along the West Coast. Like, you could go all the way from California to Vancouver. You could spend a month on a train if you want. And I bet it's a beautiful ride. You know, you load up a suitcase with just books, sit on the train, read, look out the window. Sounds, today, again, National Relaxation Day. It sounds very relaxing to me, even though I've never been on a train. I wonder if when you're actually on the train, it's just loud. I mean, drive your vehicle down the freeway. It's not what I would call peaceful or relaxing. And trains, when they go by, are very loud. Are those cars pretty well soundproof? Is it actually relaxing to be on a train? I'm going to have to do it one of these days. Take a train ride. Just because. It's going on the bucket list. Ride the train. Now I've got train songs in my head. I got Techno Train by Electric Callboy. My phone's going to go crazy with train stuff now because I said train like at least a dozen times in the last couple minutes. This guy loves trains. He's obsessed. Have you ever seen videos of YouTubers obsessed with trains? Thankfully, I'm not one of those weirdos. Or the guy who raised a ruckus in the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group because there was some kind of unique train coming through and it was only going to be here for a half hour. He about had a meltdown. Why do we only get this train for this long? Why don't you be like Grateful Dead fans? Follow the trains around the country if you really want to see a train that bad. Anyway, I'm looking at the Coast Starlight. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty neat. Oh, here's the Sunset Limited. You go through the Arizona desert. What if the AC breaks down on the train? You're dead. Seemed like it'd be miserable hot on a train where the AC ain't working right. And I'd be concerned that the AC is not strong enough. Like, I like it nice and cool in the summertime. A lot of people don't crank the AC up to the level I do. Like I recently mentioned, driving around with friends who insist that rolling down the windows is just fine when it's in the 90s. It's not, all right? You got an air conditioner. Use it, all right? It's 2024. I'm trying to relax and enjoy this ride on National Relaxation Day. Crank up the AC. I'm going to turn the AC on in the studio, even though it's not hot in here. Just because I can. Get that nice cool breeze rolling through here as I dig up some freak news. You ready for some freak news? It's coming up in just a minute. I got to close this train window because, I can't afford it. Why do I even look? No sense looking at stuff you can't afford. Like the other day, my friend JD, along with my kids, helped me get my big amp up and running again. So I've been crushing down bass guitar. And I've got an Axe Effects guitar rig, right? But it's hooked up to my computer. It's a multi-effects processor for anybody who doesn't know what the Axe Effects is. It allows you to make, weird sounds or crushing sounds with your guitar. But it's hooked up to my computer, and I don't want to move it. So I got looking around at things like a Kemper amp modeler, because I think it would look cool to put the toaster Kemper on top of my amp, and then I've got that hooked up so I don't have to worry about my recording rig and my computer. I can't afford that. What am I even looking for? I'm not winning the lottery anytime soon. I don't know, I guess daydreaming's one way to pass the time. But yeah, looking at train rides I can't afford, looking at guitar gear I can't afford. What's wrong with me? I don't know. Dreaming. That's right. Just dreaming. Freak News is powered by Grease Monkey, voted Idaho's best oil change. I believe I can blame the Goonies for my lifelong fascination with finding treasure. I remember at one point I was going to write a short story about a guy with a metal detector who found something weird while he was out searching for treasure. There was that whole Forest Fen treasure that was hidden in the Rocky Mountains somewhere north of Santa Fe. I pored over those clues, trying to figure out where the treasure was, had some good ideas, and then after somebody found the treasure, they never even said where it was, which was very frustrating to me because I wanted to know if I was right. Anyway, apparently in Utah, they do the Utah treasure hunt every year. How did I not hear about this? You heard me whining a few minutes ago about how I can't afford guitar gear that I want to buy. I could sure go for $25,000. Yeah, father and son. Won the treasure hunt, found $25,000 hidden under a rock. And I guess they do this every year. I'll have to keep an eye on it next year. Now, it would require going to Utah, which, that's quite the mental health risk for a little bit of treasure. But I'd do it. 25 G's. Not only could I get the Kemper profiler that I would like to get, I could buy a new guitar, too. Lots of cool stuff. I guess I'd have to pay off some bills, too. That'd be the smart move. Okay, anyway, just want to let you know that's out there if you're into treasure hunting. But it's over now. You got to wait till next year. All right, what else we got here? Oh, this story's pretty funny to me, but also I'm sure it was traumatizing for the youth who was on a field trip. All right, this school took their kids on a field trip to the local courthouse to show them what court was like. And this 16-year-old fell asleep in between the hearings. You know why? Because court is boring. All right? Note to schools. I know you want to educate, and this seems like, all right, we can teach our kids about the court system, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Field trips, as far as I'm concerned, should be fun. You're getting out of school. I think if I had the option of sitting in a classroom or sitting in a courtroom, give me the classroom all day. Because at least this isn't going to happen if you fall asleep in class. I mean, your teacher might go, hey, wake up. But you're not going to go through this kind of treatment. So the judge threatened the 16-year-old with contempt of court, repeatedly suggested she might need to spend some time behind bars, and then decided to describe graphic scenes and violence that could happen if she went to juvenile detention. Ultimately, he didn't actually charge her with contempt of court, but yeah, just berated her for her terrible attitude in front of the entire class, ultimately allowed her to go home. But he did, right before they left, ask the class, all right, let's have everybody raise their hands. Should we send her to jail? Jeez, dude, settle down a little bit. Court is boring. I know you're into it, Judge Kenneth King. I'm sure you're like, this is my life. This is exciting for me. It's fun. For a 16-year-old, court is never going to be good. Either you're in there because you're in trouble, or you're in there because you're on one of the most boring field trips of all time. I mean, what kind of cases did they cover while this class had to sit there for hours on end? Sounds like an awful field trip. So anyway, there's an article about this floating around, and the guy apologized, but also defended his actions. He's like, yeah, it's being blown out of proportion. You know, getting asked these questions by the news, this is traumatizing for me. Oh, get out of here. All right, I've talked to Nate Eaton. He's a nice fella. All right? I've talked to the news before. It's not that bad, okay? Get over it, buddy. Settle down. Maybe have yourself a nice cicada-infused Malort shot. This was in the Chicago area. Had Noon Whistle Brewing getting some headlines for selling it's a shot that has bugs in it. It's disgusting. And it turns out, I guess, this is apparently illegal. Yeah, you can't be feeding people bugs. At least in Chicago. I mean, I've fed my fellow DJs bugs, but they did it by their own free will. And I wasn't profiting off of it. Unless you say that the listenership and the enjoyment of our audience was a way to profit. Watching people eat bugs on Facebook. Crickets ain't bad, though. I mean, have you seen a cicada? They're disgusting. Look like a June bug or something. Grody. All right? Ugh. I need to close that tab. I don't want to look at bugs in any kind of beverage. Even if they're crickets. Because crickets, if you buy them and eat them, they're just crunchy. They got like no flavor. It's no big deal. Cicadas look juicy. They're thick. Disgusting. But, you know, maybe that's what that judge needs. Who just unloaded on a poor 16-year-old. Freak news powered by Grease Monkey. Voted Idaho's best oil change. And you know what? Since it's National Relaxation Day, if you want to have a shot filled with bugs, you be you, all right? You go right ahead. Well, you could probably see him in the dark because he's so big. Peaches in the house.
That's
What's
right.
up?
Big rotund Peaches.
Yeah, big old Peaches. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. It's pre-Friday.
Pre-Friday. All right, that's a positive way to roll into a Thursday. I like that, Peaches. I like it. Are you familiar with the Butte County area of California?
No.
All right.
Where's it located?
Well, I was going to try to figure that out, but I hadn't got around to it because we were chatting with Crazy Jay about eating bugs. And when you're talking with Crazy Jay eating bugs, you can't get anything else done.
That's true.
In case anybody was wondering if Crazy Jay could eat a bug, he would go with grasshoppers.
Yeah.
I mean,
good choice.
I think I'd stick with crickets. They're small and crunchy.
Well, it was so funny. Yesterday, for some reason, I decided to go look at all the old reels on our Instagram page at KBR101 FM, by the way. There's a whole bunch of old videos of you, Jade, and Brad eating like hot dog pie. And Jade put it in his mouth for a second. And then all in the trash can there.
Jade cannot stomach certain textures.
He threw up the cricket, too.
Yeah, and crickets were easy.
They were.
Easy.
I put them on the Spam that I had in here and just ate that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, crickets are nothing. Jade does not handle eating remotely gross things at all. But I will admit the hot dog pie was disgusting.
It looked horrible.
It was awful. It was one of the worst items we've eaten on the show. The surströmming was the worst, but hot dog pie was pretty bad. Anyway, back to Butte County. It's north of Sacramento.
Okay, so yeah, I've never been more north than San Francisco.
Isn't San Francisco further north?
No.
Than Sacramento?
We've talked about this before.
Oh, that's right. Sacramento is slightly northeast of San Francisco. Anyway, apparently there has been a pack of 25 Great Danes terrorizing this community for many, many years. 25 wild dogs. Great Danes.
They're big, clumsy dogs. Just kick them in the legs.
Well, it didn't work out for this woman, Davina Corbin. She dead.
How old is she? How old was
56.
she? 56. Yeah, too old.
That's not that old, Peaches. Come on.
Take on a Great Dane. Can't do it.
There's 25 of them, though, Peaches.
Got one at a time.
But that's not how packs of dogs work. They don't roll in one at a time. That's why they call it a pack. Pack of dogs. Can you imagine? That's how you go. You get ripped to pieces by a pack of Great Danes in the California woods. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. She's dead. But
Womp womp.
it is a way to go, I guess.
Sure.
I mean, it'll give your, descendants a story.
Yeah, but then your kids and your grandkids hate Great Danes for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
They're wanting to kick everyone they see at the animal shelter. They're like, this is for grandma.
No, because those are domesticated Great Danes.
Who cares? They're Great Danes.
Not the wild pack of Great Danes.
You think that's stopping people?
I guess I just didn't realize that wild packs of dogs were a major problem. But the more you think about it, it's like they've got to be. Feral cats are an issue in a lot of places. Wild packs of everything are an issue
if you
somewhere.
Get killed by 14 Koopas, that's pretty sad. That's way worse than Great Danes.
All right, cats, they have a lot of strength. Koopa, when he gets mad, it's kind of frightening, But there's only one of him. If there were 25 Koopas versus me, I think the cats could win.
Nah.
If they worked in a pack.
Just get a water gun.
Just a little squirt gun. That's how you take
on. In the corner.
Yeah, if only that worked for packs of Great Danes. They'd think that's fun, right?
I could see you being terrorized in your living room just with a squirt gun, waiting for the Koopas to turn the corner.
Oh, man, can you imagine having 25 cats? I know there are people that do it. Oh, their house has to smell so terrible. 25.
Must be so annoying to go to bed at night. Meow. In the background.
Well, yeah, because at least one of them's going to be yowling.
Yeah.
I got two, and it's enough of a problem to try to go to bed at night. Have to kick them out on the reg. Even if one of them's outside.
And you said one's biting your feet. Imagine 25 cats in the bedroom.
25? Just crawling all over you, biting you, fighting, hissing.
I don't know what cat my dad had. I don't know what his name was. It was a Fritz or something like that. It would be laying on him when he'd go to sleep. He'd fall asleep. The cat would just start biting his nose and hit him in the face with his paws. And my dad would be like, "What is wrong with you?"
Cats, man. See, that's the thing is you're not going to have a pack of cats because they don't give a crap. They're very independent and they hate each other. So you don't have to worry about packs of wild cats. You never hear of a pack of mountain lions, thankfully. Can you imagine?
Then this is why you should feed Koopa religiously, make him real chunky, and so that way when he tries biting you, he can't. He just does that weird downward motion biting thing where you can't reach your hand when you try petting his belly.
Yeah, I try to feed him a good amount of food, but now Lucy just eats all his food.
Oh, Lucy's growing, isn't she?
She's getting big, dude.
Yeah?
She's going to be really big, I think, because she's only 3 or 4 months old, and she's getting close to his size. I mean, she's not quite that big.
And Daphne was picking on Luna when Luna was a kitten. Luna outgrew her.
Yeah, I think Lucy could potentially end up bigger than Koopa. You never know. He's pretty big, but she's mean to him. She's a little bully to Koopa. He listens. So when I'm like, Koopa, no, because I think he could actually really hurt her, he'll stop, but then she just keeps attacking him. Because she doesn't know.
And then he looks at you
better.
like, why'd you stop me? I want to beat the crap out of this.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like me with my younger sister as a kid. We were both just going fighting each other.
Yeah, so he's like, well, screw you. I'm going outside then. I've had it with your crap. Just hang out with her. Fine. I don't like you anymore. Cat jealousy, man. If I'm petting him, she'll just jump right on him. Just like, no, don't give him attention.
We used to have a cat named Sam that was a real big fat guy, and he didn't get along with other cats at all. He loved people.
Yeah, I've seen that many a time.
We kept him at my parents' work because we had 3 other cats at the house.
3 cats at home and 1 at work. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had 3 cats before. That's a lot of cats.
Oh, Bandit was the worst. I told you about Bandit.
Mm-hmm.
Just to slide the comforter down the stairs.
Cats can be real terrors, man. But at least they don't travel in packs and kill people.
True.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to, is it Deborah? What was her name?
I closed the window here, but now I am curious. Pack of cats attacks. Let's just see if this is... No, you just get... If cats were pack predators, would they try to attack humans? Oh, wait. Gang of feral cats attacks woman and her dog in France. A cat gang. I'm not the only one with a gang called Cats. It's an actual gang.
Not even just cats, French cats.
Wow.
In the back alley.
Yeah, dude. A gang of feral cats in France.
Swing your baguette.
Attacked a woman and her poodle. All right. Do you think that
Of course she had a poodle.
Do you think they would have attacked if it was a Great Dane? Or do you
Probably
think the
not.
pack of cats would have been like, eh?
It's funny because I think the cats would have attacked like a Chihuahua, but a Chihuahua's feisty versus like a dog that looks like Chop from GTA 5. They wouldn't attack that one, and that dog's incredibly friendly.
Well, if you ever wondered, Peaches, who would win in a battle between a 31-year-old woman and one poodle versus 6 wild cats?
It's pretty lame.
The cats won.
Well, she's still alive, I'm assuming.
Yeah, she didn't die, but she had to go to the hospital, and it says she's traumatized. Well, yeah, if you got attacked by 6 cats, that would be traumatizing.
Yeah, I would show up to like a local shelter with like a wood chipper and be like, I'm going to chuck you.
Peaches, jeez. Well, looks like Walter White is back. I don't know. I don't know how to tie that into this other than this is a meth story. Auckland, New Zealand. Charity working with homeless people unknowingly distributed candies filled with lethal doses of meth in its food parcels after the sweets were donated by a member of the public. So the Auckland City Mission has been working to contact up to 400 people to track down these parcels that have their little candies. But they're not candy. They're just solid chunks of meth in candy wrappers. Each candy up to 300 times the level someone would normally take. So, yeah, it could kill you dead. How did they find out about this? I'm guessing somebody ate the candy. Yeah, geez, 8 families, including at least 1 child. Hey, kids, you want a little treat? Geez. And these are for families in need? That's horrible. Terrible. Now, no one was hospitalized because if you give a kid candy that probably tastes like Drano or something, they spit the candy out immediately. Ah, what is this? Ah! So anyway, the person who donated them was also unsure how they got their hands on them. They said these candies were worth like $700 a piece or something on the black market. So somebody out a lot of dough. Somebody delivered the wrong candy to the bad guys. This is a movie waiting to be made here. Sounds like it could be a slapstick comedy, potentially. But it would also be kind of bleak. Because in the movies, somebody going to eat the whole candy and end up dead. It's not as simple as real life where they go, oh, yuck, that tastes like household chemicals. Not very tasty candy. I mean, I've had some candy in my day that was gross, but not gross enough that I'd hawk to it, Anyway. Just in time to get people scared for Halloween, which is coming up in about 2 months. Thanks, New Zealand criminals. Just what we need, some more fear-mongering in the news. But yeah, you may want to check your kids' candy, just in case. They're going to get sad when you're taste testing every one of their candies, but I guess you never know anymore. People got to ruin candy for children. That's what criminals are doing nowadays. Ruining candy. Shame. Shame upon them. We got Peaches in the house. What is up, Peaches?
Why'd you scream that?
Because the music's still loud. I'm
Shut
talking
up,
over
Pierce
it.
the veil.
They're fading out. All right, now I can talk at a normal volume level. So what's up, Peaches? What's on your mind?
Well, the Olympics in 2028 are going to be in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
And that is potentially going to suck.
Why?
Well, because it's like me trying to go home that year. The ticket prices are going to be like $2,000 to fly back. I'd be much rather, it'd be cheaper just to drive the whole way from Idaho Falls to Southern California.
That's true. That's true. It's going to be no time during Olympic time for you to go home. Plus, would you want to be in town at that time anyway? It's going to be overloaded. The traffic will be worse than ever.
Yeah, there's going to be tourists everywhere.
Yeah, like, do you think I'm going to go hang out in Salt Lake during the Olympics in 2032? I ain't going down there.
Right.
It'd be a nightmare. Mm-hmm. No way. No way. So, yeah, if you do need to go, I would recommend driving, for sure. Hopefully, gas prices will not increase incredibly in the next 4 years. You never know.
Right.
But you know who you can blame? The president, who's in charge of all of our gas and grocery prices. That's right.
Bidenomics.
I've seen that phrase on air. Mm-hmm. And, for a guy who can't even get on TV and speak, and everybody says he's got dementia, he is sure good about controlling world economics.
I did that.
Is it, it's an act? Is that what's going on there? I've been reading a lot of conspiracy theories online recently, Peaches.
Well, there's a lot of people making fun of Kamala, too, because it's like, she was like, oh, I'm going to promise this when I become president. It's like, well, you're VP right now. You could.
That's what I find funny about all politicians that people seem to forget. They all make a lot of promises. They don't deliver on them.
It's all fake.
And then people get mad at the next person for making promises that they don't end up keeping. And then they'll vote for the person from before that made a bunch of promises that they didn't keep, thinking that now this time they're going to do it. Like, we could throw it out at all politicians, all right? It doesn't matter which side they're on. Endless promises that just never happen, all right? And I could start making the listeners mad right now by pointing out specific things.
I could make fun of a whole lot of people with their certain stickers and such.
Like, both people running for office right now, Trump and Harris, are saying they're going to stop inflation on day one. How? That's an unrealistic promise to make, because as the president, you don't control inflation. It's a worldwide problem.
You got to deflate the balloon.
Deflate the balloon. Sure. Like, day one, I'm going to do... It's like, just could you throw out some realistic expectations?
Could you imagine?
Either side, please.
If they say, I'm going to stop inflation the first day in office, they take a balloon out and they deflate it on TV.
That would be pretty funny. It would give me a laugh. But yeah, like, it's funny to me that people will buy into unrealistic expectations. Like, that one for sure, it just doesn't make sense. Like, you can't just flip a switch and go, inflation is over, because...
There's a button below the desk that's obviously controlling inflation, Victor. Come on now.
Yeah, it's a worldwide problem. It's affecting the UK. Our president doesn't have that much power.
I like how this went from Olympics to now this.
It probably somehow all ties together in some kind of a conspiracy.
Well, I do find it funny. The mayor of LA was all like, oh, we're going to clean up the place. It's like, well, you could be doing that now. You could be not. I didn't see that many homeless people down there, luckily, when I was there a couple weeks ago.
Well, did you go to Santa Monica? Boy, I watched a 10-minute YouTube video yesterday about how horrible Santa Monica's become. I guess it's now considered one of the 10 deadliest cities in America.
Oh.
I guess it's really bad there. And you think about that as being tourist central.
Well, when was it uploaded?
Like a week ago.
Okay.
Yeah, they were showing, the difference between a few years ago and now. And
yeah, but you could alter footage too. Like, that's the thing too, is I could easily show all the crime that happens on my street and go, oh, Idaho Falls at it again.
Yeah, but no, okay. They were showing there's an area called the Promenade or Promenade or something.
Yeah, the Promenade, yeah.
Most of the businesses are closed.
Oh yeah, shopping malls are
it's
done.
It's empty, and then they went down to the pier. The locals are like, we don't go to the pier anymore.
Right.
And they were shooting footage of the pier. There's just a drug use going on all over the place. There were people just screaming in the middle of the street.
But that's how it is. That's the problem, is that you have these zombified people that are just everywhere, and then you see in the comment section online that say that's somebody's daughter. How sad. It's like, well, you can say that about anybody. I can say what was the Ted Bundy? That was somebody's son. Give him some.
I think there's a difference between Ted Bundy and somebody who has a drug problem and has ended up on the street.
Oh, that's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's son.
Well, it's true, and I think it'd be great if they could get people some help. There's not a really good answer for how to deal with drug problems and homelessness because they've tried a variety of things in all kinds of different cities. I don't know what the solution is. Hence why I don't run for politics, because I don't want to make a bunch of promises that I'm going to fix things that can't be fixed. But I just, want people to temper their expectations sometimes when it comes to things that politicians can do. The president does not control that much. The people around the president have way more power than the president. The Congress, our senators, the House, the Senate, all these people, extremely wealthy business owners.
Looking at you, BlackRock.
And we can get into housing problems as well. I don't know. I just find it funny, a lot of things that people will buy into. Because politicians can make realistic expectations, but sometimes they get a little bit wacky with it. And, you're never going to accomplish these things. I'm not going to get into specifics now, even though I can think of some really ridiculous things that have been promised. But
I'm waiting for that one guy to call in and go, shut up and play the music.
That's okay. We babble on sometimes, and I don't even know how we got to this point. So,
well, I was going to talk about how breakdancing got banned from the 2028 Olympics, or it's no longer going to be a sport for the Olympics because of that one particular Australian person that was named Ray Gun or something like that. That became a meme.
You know what? They made breakdancing go viral, even if they did a bad job. If you send your country's best and that's the best they got, it's not their fault that they're not good.
Right.
Come on. Let's have some viral moments from the Olympics.
Sure.
Generally, the Olympics are boring. Would people be talking about the Olympics if Gojira hadn't crushed it and that breakdancing hadn't happened and the guy that was great at shooting without all the gear?
Or the pole vaulter that had the pole hit his...
Yeah, the pole vaulter that, he just genetically was not built for pole vaulting.
Well, he now has a job modeling swimsuits.
I bet he does.
Yeah.
I see a lot of interesting things. Geez, I had the mic turned up way too loud. My goodness. Anyway, I see a lot of interesting things in the Idaho-related groups and subreddits online. Somebody asked recently on Reddit, should I go on vacation to Twin Falls or McCall? I don't know, have you Googled these places? Not trying to bash on Twin Falls. I mean, it's in the Magic Valley, but it's not Burley, all right? But Google up McCall, read a little bit about it. I would assume McCall is always going to be a better vacation destination than Twin Falls. Now, maybe if you're on a real budget. But, man, if I had the choice of going on a vacation between pretty much anywhere in Twin Falls, I'm going to go with just about anywhere. It's Twin Falls, all right? Pocatello or Twin Falls? I'm going to Pokey every time. Idaho Falls or Twin Falls? Well, duh. Idaho Falls every time, right? What are you supposed to do in Twin Falls aside from, I don't know, go check out Shoshone Falls? After that, what do you do? Most people keep driving and go to Jackpot. Go to Nevada and waste a bunch of their money gambling. Yeah. I'll admit I've never understood much the allure of Jackpot. I've been there many times. Little tiny casino town. I've seen some bands play there. I'm just not a gambling guy, so I don't know. Every time I've ended up there, I'm just like, well, I can't wait to get out of Jackpot. Why am I here? If gambling's your thing, I guess. But I had a lot of friends over the years who were like, yeah, especially when I was working and living in Burley. Let's go to Jackpot. I'm like, dude, we don't have any money. Why would we go to Jackpot? We'll win money. The house always has the edge, people. The house always has the edge. If you're in that area, just drive to the City of Rocks. Go check that out. I don't know if there's a fee to get in there. If so, it's a very small fee, but just go walk around and enjoy the awesome, weird, alien landscape rock formations. Not trying to poo-poo on Jackpot. It ain't Idaho anyway, right? I should encourage people to do Idaho tourism. And if you don't want to do McCall, you could just keep driving. You end up, take the right road, go to the Sawtooth Mountains and look around. Just take a dirt road. Taking a dirt road in the middle of the woods is, as long as there ain't, backwood, hills have eyes type people living out there, it's always going to be better than going to Twin Falls. What a weird question. McCall or Twin Falls? McCall's, it's fine. It's nice. It's expensive. But sure. Yeah, just do a road trip. I don't know. Again, if you haven't seen Shoshone Falls, it's very nice. It's very cool. It's an epic Idaho waterfall. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, scrolling the Idaho groups and subreddits is always a bit interesting. Right now, it's pretty much political arguments. And some of those get to be kind of strange as well. Somebody was talking about, how would Project 2025 impact Idaho? And people start screaming at each other. And most of the commenters in there were saying, like, that's conspiracy theory. No, in case you're unaware, it does exist. Whether or not it would be implemented is one thing, but it does exist. I don't know if you saw this, but 14 hours of videos from the people who threw that together leaked online. I mean, I ain't going to sit and watch 14 minutes of policy, people who want to make policy babble on about what they want to do. 14 hours, but it's on YouTube. I mean, you can check it out. Just kind of weird. I didn't know people thought it was, didn't exist. Like, you can read it. It's right there. But that's, that's the nature of the internet. You could have something right in front of your face. People don't believe it. Or you could have something ridiculous in front of your face, like, most of them Bigfoot videos, and people are like, yeah, it's real. Oh, the internet's a wacky place. Anyway, yeah, go to McCall over Twin Falls, okay? It's a much better decision for how to pass your time. We got a nice lake there, all right? It's a nice area. I really need a road trip. I really do. I intended to jump on air a few minutes ago, about 5, and I was on the phone with a friend of mine, a homie. He lives on the other side of the country. You've heard of him. And we were chatting about an upcoming visit. He was going to come out here and hang out. So, been trying to get him to come hang out for, I don't know. It's been a number of years since he's been out here to hang, but looks like we got it locked in. So, make sure to tune in to Traffic School tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. I'll give you the scoop on who's going to come hang out in East Idaho and why they're coming to hang out and some really fun giveaways and cool stuff. But I'm pumped. And I know you will be as well. And you're thinking, one of Victor's friends coming to hang, who could it be that I would be excited about? Well, it's one of my friends you know. I know you know this friend of mine. And hopefully you'll get to hang out with him too. All right? That's all I'm going to say for now, but it was a nice phone call. Sounds like lots of fun plans being locked in. Tune into Traffic School tomorrow morning, powered by the Advocates at 8:45 a.m. to get the full scoop on everything. I'm very excited, very excited. Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Welch Show. This program's a production of River. Why can't I say that?
No,
God.
I have to say Riverbend Media Group.
Riverbend Media Group. This program's a production of God. This program's a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.